or rotation and ultimately what your starters are going to be.
Yeah, you know, and realistically, I don't think the preseason games are going to help them figure that out. I think this is more about a feel about who fits with who, because I don't think LeBron or Westbrook will play but maybe one of the games. Mm-hmm. And so ultimately it's going to come down to one. Does AD start at the 5 or the 4, right? And then the other concern is going to be who's going to be the starting shooting guard. That's, to me, the two areas where they've got to get it figured out. And I think that happens over the next 2 weeks.
We'll see Wayne Ellington tonight. Anthony Davis will start at the 5. One thing we'll watch, Frank Vogel staying over the last couple of days. He wants to commit to a starting lineup going into the regular season and stick with it as long as he can. Carmelo Anthony set to make his Laker debut. We've got an early tip in Phoenix due to a WNBA playoff game later on tonight. Talk more about Lakers and Suns, start of a Wednesday doubleheader live on NBA TV.
Done. I'm done.
Get a insanely fast offer on your car in 2 minutes or less.
We are the next.
The next generation of visionaries.
Rule breakers, game changers,
And world beers.
We certainly aren't here to do what's been done before.
And neither are we. At Palo Alto Networks, we are ready to secure our digital future. We innovate to outpace cyber threats, so you can make the next day safer than the one before.
We've got next.
I want that treasure. Oh, an orc? Water first. Does it work? Hold the key above. It's the treasure. Ah, got caught anyway. Download and solve the puzzles now.
Like many people with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, I was there.
Be right back.
But my symptoms were keeping me from where I needed to be. So I talked to my doctor and learned Humira is the #1 prescribed biologic for people with UC or Crohn's disease. And Humira helps people achieve remission that can last, so you can experience few or no symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Humira.
It was the night before breakfast when Alex received a text. Cow or eggs and bacon? It's time to ghost that ex. Toasted breakfast burritos are here. Shut it down and sleep well. The sooner you sleep, the sooner you'll get one. Only at Taco Bell. Bong.
Do you know why it's called the Big Podcast? Big stands for I'm beautiful, Spice is intelligent, and you're gorgeous.
You were making your point on air. I was trying to let you know that you had a booger in your nose.
Download new episode of the Big Podcast weekly.
Well, Chris Paul got $120 million from the Suns this offseason.
He took a pay cut.
He said that he's not concerned about the lack of movement on the DeAndre Ayton contract extension talk.
Well, I think because he knows it's going to get done.
Right.
You know, I just don't understand why they wouldn't just go ahead and
max him out. Make him feel good about it, too. We'll see the Suns and Chris Paul taking on the Lakers here in a couple of moments live on NBA TV. Part of a big night in preseason basketball. GA, a lot of people like Luka for MVP this year. We're going to see him make his preseason debut live on NBA TV tonight.
Some people like KD.
Ooh, I'm with you on that.
It's going to be interesting. I tell you what, they better finish in the top 3 if you want to win MVP.
No question. It's going to be a great race this year. DeAndre Jordan, we'll see him in action tonight against the Suns.
Practicing free throws?
Practice makes perfect.
Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood. Turn your dreams into reality. Toyota, let's go places.
Let's hide in the attic.
No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
Are you crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah, okay.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
Shh, I'm being quiet. Breathing on me.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
New brisket at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guacced. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
I've been on my get back, cop a bag slow. You would never see that. Use the trap though.
Well, Anthony Davis going to play tonight live on NBA TV. A couple of minutes, you'll see the Phoenix Mercury logos and the court down as they get set later on tonight to try and clinch a spot in the WNBA Finals. So a big night in the NBA and the WNBA. How big of a year is this for Anthony Davis?
It's a monumental year. And because when you look at the Lakers, all fingers point at him as to why the season was so disappointing. And it's not a matter of you blaming him, because if you're hurt, you're hurt. There's not much you can do about that. But he's got to bounce back. And remember, he also had career lows in points and rebounds. And it was a disappointing year no matter how you looked at it. And it ended, obviously, disappointingly with the injuries. But listen, he's their most important player because he's the one guy that I think makes them different at this stage of LeBron and Westbrook's career than anybody else, is what he can do on both ends of the floor.
Not much time here, but he's starting at the 5. We're going to see probably a lot of that this year.
We'll see a lot of it, but I'd actually like to see him start at the 4 and just utilize him at the 5 when it's winning time. And you also can save him for the postseason when it matters most.
All right, GA, we'll see you at halftime. The first of our Wednesday doubleheader, Jazz and Mavs, later on tonight, live at NBA TV. Out to Footprint Center, here's Stu Lanz and Bill McDonald, live at NBA TV.
Where he is on the floor. Absolutely. I mean, he's so skilled on all facets of the offensive game, especially, that it doesn't matter. You play him at the point guard if you want.
Phoenix, who was 51-21 and second overall in the NBA last year in the regular season, and ultimately lost 4 in a row to the Bucks in the finals after going up 2-0. Here's Davis, the parting of the Red Sea of the defense. He was all alone, and he lays it up and in.
You're talking about some defensive principles. The first possession, and the Suns broke down. No communication at all.
Suns lost their opener Monday to Sacramento, 117-106. Lakers lost, as we mentioned, in the open to the Nets, 123-97. These two teams will meet again Sunday at Staples Center. On its way, down it goes for Jay Crowder, who led this team in three-pointers made last year.
You know, when he starts making that first couple, Jay Crowder can be a very effective scorer from the perimeter.
AD hurt during that first-round playoff series last year. THT as he does get to the basket, but he misses the reverse layup. And here comes the point god, as they call him around here, Chris Paul, CP3. Out on top, Jay Crowder, and in front of him is Carmelo Anthony, draft class of 03. He and LeBron, that's what's left. Good defense that time by AD, knocking it away as they tried to find Ayton on the break. None. It's behind the back in the corner. And kind of reorganize things, but THT takes advantage. Baseline spin, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Nice read again behind THT. Gets to the baseline, gets the foul. Play, so he goes to the line and shoots the first 2 free throws.
Frank, this is game 2 of 6 preseason games. Monty Williams, boy, what a job he did with this team, this franchise. Total culture change. They were a mess about 3 years ago, and Monty just stepped right in, and they made it all the way to the finals last year. They will only play 4 preseason games. They got 2 less than the Lakers, too.
Well, they bring back basically their entire roster, so they say, hey, we don't need any more than 4 games. Lakers bring back only 3 of their last year's roster.
Stu, and there's a difference. This is a team that was blessed with incredible health last year. They only, the 4th fewest man games lost to injury, and they were healthy throughout the playoffs where the Lakers and other contenders were hurt. But Phoenix deserved it. They played well last year. Top 10 in both offense and defense. One of 4 teams in the NBA to be ranked in the top 10 in both. Kendrick Nunn out to Horton Tucker. This is where he needs to improve his outside shooting. He was below 30% from three-point country last year.
Our Suns with a man advantage as AD was out of position on the ball. They turn it over.
Yeah, trying to get it to DeAndre Ayton. This was one of the best teams last year in not turning the ball over. Lakers were the 3rd worst in ball possession or ball security. Carmelo's first shot as a Laker. That's off the iron, and the rebound goes to Phoenix.
You know, one of the reasons why they were so good with possession is the CP3 generally doesn't turn the ball over very often, and he handles it quite a bit.
Big Crowder, rebound Ellington. Long lead, AD. Something we'll see a lot of. Gets pushed by Crowder. And they're both all right as AD kind of smiles at Jay. Maybe Jay got shaken up a little bit more than Anthony, who went down to the hardwood.
He is not 100%, but it looks like AD is trying to get his bearings as well as foul on the play as the foot of Anthony Davis gets contact with the prized possession.
There's Jay. Of course, the Lakers played against him in that final series against Miami. And that still is not a year. The anniversary of the bubble championship is still coming up. We still haven't reached it, believe it or not. Of course, with Jay, you get defense, attitude, ability to spread the floor. And AD to the free throw line with his pals, LeBron and Russell Westbrook, still waiting to make their preseason debuts. Might see them on Thursday. That's the next Laker preseason game. They'll be at Chase Center on Friday.
They worked out extremely hard before the game.
They did. So did Dwight.
They really worked out hard.
You know, Trevor is still nursing a bit of an ankle injury. 5-4 early going. We're in the first couple of minutes here at Footprint Center. Boy, was this place rocking during the playoffs last year. Of course, at Staples Center, protocol was a bit different. Different last year. Couldn't put as many people in the seats, but they were filling this place last year, and it was a difference maker.
No issue with the shot clock, so that's now they have it with the game clock.
Well, the opener for Phoenix will be the 20th. They'll open here at home against Denver. The Lakers will be part of opening night of the 75th anniversary when they host Golden State. Also that night, Brooklyn and Milwaukee in Wisconsin. He's their key pickup in the offseason. Turns it over. Now to Kendrick Nunn. Long three on its way. Got to get a bounce, and does for the southpaw, Kendrick Nunn.
Great defensive play that time by Anthony Davis. They tried that pick and then let the guy get into the lane, and Anthony Davis clogged it up and deflected the pass.
AD led this Laker team last year in steals. Was only played 36 games, the fewest of his career. Bridges tries to get in. Underrated Mikal Bridges. Now here comes Carmelo Anthony, 10th leading all-time scorer in the NBA, only 40 away from going to number 9. Baseline AD, no. Rebound to Crowder. Behind the back comes CP3. Boy, he changed the fortunes of OKC. Did the same for Phoenix. How good was Ayton in that series against the Lakers in round number 1 last year?
Well, couldn't play any better than he played offensively. He did a lot of damage because of the penetration in the lobs against the Lakers.
Especially in those first 4 games. Carmelo rolls around. Shannon controls. Of course, came in with the Clippers, then went on to Brooklyn. Part of that Javon Carter trade. Underneath, good off-ball movement. And the give to Bridges, who lays it in.
Real nice dive by Bridges. Shamet did a good job of keeping his head up, being able to make a pass off the dribble.
We are in the second row here, courtside. A little bit of an obstructed view, would you say, Stu?
Just a little bit.
Tad bit. Here's leaning. It is Ellington for the mid-range jump shot. Leaner.
Always nice to see three-point shooters be able to get into the mid-range, and that'll open up the three-point shot.
Ayton inside and he scores.
That's where they did their damage, especially against the Lakers, where they get that pick and pop, and all he did was get into the paint and either get a dunk or a little baby jump.
Had 4 straight double-doubles against the Lakers. Carmelo, this is where he can do damage. In fact, anywhere on the floor. Carmelo had himself quite a year last year in Portland, shooting over 40% from 3, mainly coming off the bench. Had a few spot starts.
But he's still one of those masters of the mid-range, though. He's real good in the mid-range game.
Chris Paul got it. CP3, who did not play in game number 1, rehabbing a bit of a wrist surgery that he had. AD in the front court. Here he is trying it from distance. The rebound goes to Chris Paul. Pretty good rebounding guard, and rim running is Ayton at the other end. Off the rim, no. AD was there. Kick at corner. You know how good Bridges is from the corner. One of the top players, in fact, top 5 corner threes last year in the NBA.
He really is real effective from that position on the floor.
A good two-way player. Excellent defender. Normally picks up the opposing team's best wing scorer. Here is Carmelo, one-on-one with his buddy Chris Paul underneath, and Melo scores. Timeout, Monty Williams.
They were trying to set him up to do a spin baseline because Bridges was sneaking along the baseline, but Carmelo recognized it and went to the middle. As the Lakers, with 6:05 to play in the first, lead in this preseason game by 1.
Little Caesars and crazy calzone, julienne pepperoni. It's so tasty. Garlic white sauce. Here comes the bite. Here comes the... Yummy! I dream about the crazy calzone again?
You also said some weird things about giraffes.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new crazy calzone for $8.49. Pizza.
Hey, Frank, our workers' comp insurance is expiring. Should we just renew it?
Yeah, sure.
Hey there, small business owner. Pi Insurance here with some sweet advice to stop you from overpaying on workers' comp. Try Pi instead and save up to 30%.
30%, really?
Get a quote in 3 minutes at easyaspie.com.
Wow, that is easy.
So, need another reminder?
No, I'm good.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah. Need workers' comp insurance? Get a quote in 3 minutes at easyaspie.com.
This is Marianne's first time visiting Paris.
Madame, où allez-vous?
Before Marianne packed her bags, before she attempted her first sentence in French, before she completed her first 15-minute lesson,
Yes.
she downloaded Babbel. Babbel helped unlock her lifelong dream of learning French. She started speaking in just 3 weeks. So when it came time to tell the cab driver to take her to the Hotel Pierre,
J'aimerais aller à l'Hôtel Pierre.
Oh, c'est très bien. J'espère que votre voyage s'est bien passé.
150 language experts and educators designed Babbel to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language. Babbel focuses on natural conversation. You'll remember what you learn, and you can speak and pronounce with confidence. Start speaking a new language in 3 weeks. Try it for free at Babbel.com.
This is Theragun by Therabody, a percussive therapy device that has been the secret of professional trainers, weekend warriors, and all-star athletes looking to get to their next level. Visit Theragun.com. Change the way you move.
Lakers basketball is being brought to you by Carl's Jr. Introducing the new Hot Honey Hand Breaded Chicken lineup. Try it today. And by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good time. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. You're looking at 4 future Hall of Famers right there in AD, Russ, Melo, and Bron, and active career scoring leaders. I mentioned that Carmelo is 10th overall. He's number 2 right now, Stu, currently, with Russ being number 5. You know, Carmelo right now the 3rd oldest in the NBA and 10th, as I said, in the league history. Leading scorer, and there is Carmelo. Came in with Denver, then the much ballyhooed trade to the Knicks, and after that, kind of bounced around the league. Trying to find a home here in Los Angeles in year number 19. Underneath, Bridges off. Ayton has the rebound. That was a problem the other night, Stu.
Yeah.
That was in, and right now it's 9-4. Lakers are getting out-rebounded.
Yeah, that defensive glass was a big issue in the first preseason game.
Huge issue. So if they need to look at something to clean up here, it would be the rebounding. Davis in very deep, turns and misses. Rebound again to Crowder. For Crowder, that's his third. Ayton has 4 rebounds. So they have the brunt of their 10. Underneath, Ayton the lob and the jam for the former #1 pick in the draft who went to high school here in the Phoenix area.
Well, when Chris Paul picks up his dribble, if you're defending him, you've got to smother him. You just can't relax because he's picked up his dribble. He's still very capable of throwing a lob.
None from downtown, and the rebound to Mikal Bridges. Of course, one of the stories here locally is that Ayton is looking for a max contract.
And he'll get it.
Yeah, that kind of leaked out. And now it's a bit of an issue with the club. That one rolls around and spills out. Going to be taken by Nunn.
I don't know why they're waiting so long to give it to him.
Yeah, well, his max is it's a little different. Everybody's finances are a little bit different. Here is Ellington from beyond the arc, and a rebound to Bridges, who has never missed a game in his NBA career. So a young Iron Man, Mikal Bridges. Catch, shoot, no, rebound, AD. So both teams shooting under 40% here in quarter #1, and we got 4.5 minutes to play in it.
Yeah, and both teams kind of struggling from behind the arc. The Lakers 1 for 7, and the Suns 2 for 7.
Yeah, the Lakers started 2 for 7 overall. Heated up a little bit after that. Carmelo looks for another bucket, and he's got it. Just score points. Carmelo Anthony, he's got half a dozen.
That time he ended up with Shamet on him, and Shamet's just too small.
10-time All-Star. Carmelo is 6'8". Shamet listed at 6'4", and there is Shamet. If he improves his defense, obviously he'll turn into a really well-rounded player. Offense is there, for sure. Back to the basket, AD. Phoenix won for their last 8, but the Lakers trying to get on board. That's going to be a foul. Foul on Ayton. On the rebound, loose ball variety.
That's Chris Paul they caught pushing.
Oh, is it Chris?
None.
Oh, so that's why he ran into Ayton.
Exactly.
Ayton was thinking what I was doing. How did I commit the foul?
As Carmelo in that previous play worked over the smaller defender. Postgame always has it on the money there. Lakers will have possession with 15-14 advantage with 3:31 to play.
All right, let's get some substitutes in the game. Our old friend JaVale McGee is in the game. So JaVale here, the 33-year-old, 3-time NBA champion. And by the way, congrats to JaVale. He joined the first mother-son gold medal winning duo in U.S. Olympic history. Of course, his mom, Pam, won gold in '84. She's inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2012.
You're really going to see some rim running now. When JaVale gets on the floor, boy, he really can run rim to rim.
We got Rajon running the show. Stays is in the game. Here's the scoop and the score by Rajon Rondo. One of 5 Lakers making a return engagement with the Lakers. For Dwight, by the way, it's his 3rd go-round. This one's up and it's in. That's Cameron Payne. The Cam Payne. What a huge part of their year he was.
Yeah, he was really effective against the Lakers in the playoffs.
And it earned him a 3-year, $19 million deal from obscurity and playing in China to being a big part of this team. Malik. Boy, was Malik good the other night. He had an 8-0 run himself. Wound up leading the team with 15 points. Payne's going to scoop with the right hand to score. We got a Laker timeout.
Yeah, still 2:43 to go here in the first as both teams going back and forth with the lead. And Cameron Payne just comes in, does a good job of using his offhand, lays it up, lays it in.
Wendy's new Big Bacon Cheddar is here. Because to make new flavors, you have to go above and beyond. Unlike some places.
Wendy's put cheddar on the bun? What do we got?
Sesame seeds.
Seeds!
Try Wendy's new Big Bacon Cheddar today.
At Jiffy Lube, it's our job to keep you moving. With a full range of services from oil changes and tire rotations to filters, wipers, and more, we've got what your car needs right when you need it. So you're ready for whatever's next. Putting you in the driver's seat of car care, that's a job for Jiffy.
I want that treasure. Oh, an orc? Water first. Does it work? Hold the key above. It's the treasure. Ah, got caught anyway. Try again. Ah, it's the treasure. How can I get it? Let me get some water. And now, lava. Oh, no. Download and solve the puzzles now.
Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
The moment Proactive started working, I felt relieved, empowered.
Get that clear skin feeling with our 3 skincare systems. Proactive's got clinically proven ingredients to clear skin and dermatologist tested to be gentle. Subscribe today, risk-free at Proactive.com, and get this free charcoal brush.
My basketball journey began in high school. As a kid, I wanted to be a point guard. As I got older, I realized that my forte was shooting the basketball. Coming out of college, they called me Great Scott. And then my rookie year in Orlando, I made 3 threes in a row with Paul Porter, who was a PA announcer in Orlando. He yells out, "Great." Then he stops. He goes, 3D. Look over, I go, I like that. Here I am now, 3D on NBA TV.
A lot of Laker folks on hand here this afternoon. Get your game day essentials straight to your inbox with our pregame email. Before every game, you'll get key info like where to watch, projected starters, matchup storylines, and more. Sign up on Lakers.com/emails. Courtside, Mike, you've got a little bit on Monk and Ellington for us.
Yeah, Billy. So from an offensive standpoint, right, the coaches are excited to get these 2 guys in here because they're so versatile in the ways that they can score the basketball. And starting with Malik Monk, we got an idea of it in that first preseason game, but always been a silky smooth scorer. So that just opens a few more things up in that playbook. And then Ellington, I mean, talk about a shooter. Not only can he shoot, catch and shoot, he can shoot off the dribble. There's just a whole other series of moves that you can go to with him. And that's, of course, most exciting once Russell Westbrook and LeBron come back too, because those are the guys that are going to be feeding him most of the time here as DeAndre gets a little look.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When you get your regular rotation back or on the floor, getting shots is going to be even easier when you can shoot the ball like Ellington can. It just makes it that much easier.
You know, we often talk about it. When you can shoot, you always have a job. But it just depends on where it is. Wayne has been with 9 different franchises, and 3 of them twice: Miami, Detroit, and the Lakers.
Shooting is the name of the game.
Well, the Lakers still cannot believe that they were able to secure Malik Monk to be with them this year. Reeves in the corner. AD was talking about it the other day. Reeves hangs tough shot.
He had to.
Yeah,
he had to
try. Beat the clock. And the rebound was by Smith. There's Campaign with control of it. The front court for Phoenix has had most of their points. Rebound now to DJ. Turnovers are 4-0. Phoenix Lakers have yet to turn it over. Reeves, little ball fake. Abdel Nader was beaten on the play, so he reached in and held him. And by the way, we talked about the doubleheader. So the Phoenix Mercury in the WNBA. This is their 4. They will be playing later on tonight. Big game number 4, their best of 5. They lead the number 2 seed Vegas Aces 2-1 to earn the right to play the winner of the Sun and the Sky series. That's Connecticut and Chicago, with Chicago right now up 2-1 over the number 1 seeded Connecticut Sun. So big doubleheader here, and I know it's the NBA and the WNBA, and they like to work together. It's a big day for them.
Under 2 minutes. They're in the real part of their season, the playoffs.
Yeah. This is the semifinals. He gets to go to the championship round.
Cameron Johnson, another fine player for the
Very much so, Stu.
Yeah.
In fact, Cam Johnson was called the X Factor by his coach last year. Real confident role guy. He had 10 threes off the bench in the final series against the Bucks. DJ couldn't control it. And then the whistle and the foul. DeAndre Jordan.
His first personal first in the
last 2 minutes. Cam Johnson is he plays both ends of the floor also. He's one of those guys that really can get after you defensively.
He had 11 points in their first game. A couple of rebounds, a couple of steals. Played 17 minutes. THT played the most for the Lakers in game number 1. Nobody played 30 minutes. Nader on its way, got to get a bounce. Hits the top, which means it's still in play. And it's tapped now to Rajon Rondo. Rondo, who is definitely playoff Rondo during the bubble last year. And it's going to be taken by Johnson. These are for JaVale. JaVale McGee. We've got under a minute to play in quarter number 1. The foul's going to be in the key on DeAndre Jordan.
Los Angeles foul number 4, Rajon Rondo.
Oh, it's Rajon Rondo, excuse me. There you go. There's our blocking of vision.
Completely blocked.
Yeah. I didn't know Rajon was even on the floor right there. So it's a free throw time for Abdel Nader, born in Egypt, 27-year-old. Shakey's Pizza is celebrating our educators with the Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 lucky winners will receive a $50 gift card from Shakey's Pizza, plus a teaching kit. Enter online at SpectrumEducator.com for your chance to win.
2 free throws for Nader, and the Suns go up by 3.
Reeves will bring it up, who's rewarded with a regular contact after signing a 2-way early. They look for Reeves down the middle. Turnover Lakers. Here they come the other way. The Suns now will bounce it to the right-hand side. 42 seconds remaining. Close quarters. It's McGee. Throwing it down. Slam dunk for JaVale. And 1.
And around the rim, anything close like that, you know JaVale's going to finish it. It's a good-looking play as they go bounce pass. Gets touched from behind and continuation play. Send JaVale to the line for the and 1.
That's a good dish to him. Well, he's really going to fill a need for another big. You know, once they didn't have Ayton in there, they went rather small. Saric, who played inside, is out for a while with a knee injury he suffered in the finals.
JaVale will give them that rim protection.
Yep.
And again, some rim running, whereas Saric gives them more offense from the outside.
We saw that with the Lakers, obviously, when he and Dwight were that 2-headed monster. Now it's DJ and Dwight. There's JaVale. Split time last year between Cleveland and Denver. 33 games with the Cavs and 13 with the Nuggets.
He just picked up, I believe, his second foul there to make that his first.
So the Suns on an 11-3 run over the last 2 minutes and 50 seconds. These teams will meet in the second game of the regular season, Friday, the 22nd at Staples Center. There'll be another home game at Staples Center for the Lakers against the Suns. Lakers will not be back in this building until March. So a kind of a quirk in the scheduling. Here's Penny, and the southpaw hits the mid-range.
He's learning how really to navigate that high screen and do it under control, read what the defender is doing, and making the correct result.
Yeah, he had a career regular season high, 24 against the Lakers last May the 9th. Shot clock is off. Rajon's got it. Rajon tries to negotiate in the key. Here comes Monk baseline. Bounce it, looking for DJ. Can't get it. And the quarter is over. After that, Laker turnover.
Tough kind of a flat pay to make on a big as the bounce pass down near his shin as they turn it over. We'll head to the second. Game number 2 of the preseason. And the Lakers trail the Suns by 6.
You're driving innovation. You're racing to the cloud. You need to do it securely. That's why Palo Alto Networks developed Prisma Cloud, an integrated platform that secures your cloud environments end to end. Used by the world's largest organizations, Prisma Cloud provides the cybersecurity you need from code to cloud, so you can get cloud security right the first time around. We've got next.
It was the night before breakfast. The final boss was in sight. When the craving struck Austin and he called it a night. Toasted breakfast burritos are here. Power down and sleep well. The sooner you sleep, the sooner you'll get one. Only at Taco Bell.
Another beer or something different?
How about this super filling IPA?
Son, you want a dark beer.
Aged with goat's milk.
Dark beer! How about a Beam and Ginger highball?
Give it up for the big hurt Frank Thomas.
Congratulations, Frank. Hey, Andy, Doug, you guys look great. Hey, I feel great, too. Ever since you told me about Nugenix Total T, I'm crushing my workouts.
Thanks to Nugenix, I got more energy, more stamina, feeling years younger.
From the brand that brought you GNC's #1 vitality product and product of the year, new Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text DELUXE to 321321.
I like the competitive edge Nugenix gives me. Hey, me too. Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T, and she'll like it too.
Text DELUXE to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's DELUXE to 321321.
Lakers basketball is being brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com. Well, Powell, one of the Lakers fan favorites and such a, wow, what a huge part of this Laker organization, announced officially his retirement. Of course, he's been kind of out of basketball the last couple of years. What a resume. And as Jeannie Buss said, it was never a matter of if we're going to retire his jersey, just when. So it's going to happen, Lakers fans. And what a night that will be. Malik! Yes, sir, from the outside.
Good job of running the floor, spacing it properly, spotting up, and knocking down the triple.
Phoenix finished 5 of their last 7 to end the second quarter. They challenged DJ, and we're going to get another whistle as the Suns get to the basket.
Another look how Rondo finds him. Just spotted up, catch, eye on the target, great release, good rhythm, nothing to bother.
Monk was 6 for 12 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3 the other night. And he's had a great camp so far. We had heard word, I mean the camp, what is it, a week? But still, the word coming out was Malik was one of the guys that was really, really impressive. And by the way, that basket ended a drought of about 4 minutes for the Lakers without a field goal. Monk knocked it down. Phoenix bench right now outscoring the Laker bench. Second quarter just getting underway. Second preseason game. Golden State on Friday. Phoenix again on Sunday. We're back at Staples Center. Rondo all the way. The scoop trying to get it to Jordan. And Rondo says, my bad.
Yeah, well,
might have had a layup at that.
Well, JaVale did the right thing, but the only thing he didn't do right was he used his foot to deflect the pass instead of his hands or so. So the Lakers would get a 14 on the 24.
It was a kick save and a beauty for JaVale McGee. Lakers have Reeves, Rondo, Monk, who has the basketball, Jordan, and Bazemore on the floor. There's yet another Laker turnover. So after Phoenix had the first 4 turnovers of the game, now it's the Lakers who are fumbling and stumbling a little bit in that regard. Chris Paul.
The illegal screen on JaVale. See it time and time again where the big, as soon as he gets contact, he's starting to move. And that turns into a moving screen. You've got to get that contact, stationary, count a second, and then move.
You know, I mentioned how the Suns really were fortunate not having any real big injuries as Monk fires and rattles it in again. Instant offense.
Wasn't a bad play, though, by JaVale. He went out, he challenged the shot, and Monk just altered it a little higher and got the same results.
So far, so good, and more from Malik Monk in the purple and gold. Lakers wearing their gold uniforms tonight. Of course, there's no home road jerseys anymore. The home team gets to pick underneath if they want a darker or lighter jersey.
It is second chance opportunities.
Yeah.
Forced to miss and didn't get the defensive rebound. If you look at Monk, watch JaVale come out and challenge. Look at the arc on that shot. Made him put it a little higher, but hey, Malik said it doesn't matter.
You know, last year Malik 40% from 3. The first 3 years in the league, he was 32%. In fact, he was 28% from downtown 2 years ago. So you see the improvement for Malik. In fact, the point production has improved every year, 7, 9, 10, and 12 per game over his first 4 seasons. JaVale going all the way, and he gets fouled. And then tippy toes behind the baseline, and so he doesn't fall down.
Nice read by JaVale. DeAndre was anticipating the pass. He overplays it a bit, so he just spins and goes to the dribble, gets fouled, gets to the line for a pair.
How about JaVale, the scorer, had 10 points in 10 minutes in their first preseason game at the free throw line. This was one of the best free throw shooting teams in the NBA last year. They were the second best rather, at 83.5%, where the Lakers were third worst. Again, the Lakers can't secure it, and we're going to get another whistle.
Yeah,
Bazemore
going to call for pushing JaVale out of bounds there. So the hustle play, the shooter knows where it's going. He's there to get the rebound, and there's the shove that they called. Possession back to Phoenix.
Lakers down by 3, 30-27. Nearly 2 minutes into the second quarter. First of this doubleheader here with the WNBA playing a little bit later tonight. Nader, got to get a bounce. Soft touch, no. Smith collects and scores. Right to Smith.
Every time again, when DeAndre Jordan went to block the shot, the other four guys have got to make sure they get to the glass.
You know, there's your breakout candidate. You want to look at the Suns. Jalen Smith had a double-double in the preseason opener. They expect some big things. Funk. Long shot, long rebound. Pretty good box out by DJ, but he couldn't control the tap. And now it's up to Chris Paul to bring it into the front court. CP3 doing a little dance out on top. Now lobs it up. And the finish to McGee. Oh, Chris Paul there.
Centers love to see Chris Paul because he sets them up for easy hoops all the time.
You know, we mentioned the Lakers. They have 7 out of the last 10 assist leaders in the NBA on their squad. And that leaves 3 others, and Chris Paul did it twice in the last 10 years. The other, James Harden from behind. Bazemore, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Look at what Chris Paul does. Navigates the high screen, makes you switch, and then just throws it up for his big, who just throws it down. Makes the score real easy for the big, but Chris Paul does all of the work.
17 years. 4-time assist champ, former rookie of the year. Rebounding, Stu. Let's just keep highlighting it. 20 for Phoenix. 11 for the Lakers. Make it 21. And yet another.
Yeah, I think he got away with a shove. Shove that time, though.
Tough to do it in that regard.
It's only a shove if you get caught, I guess.
Here's Malik trying to force his way to the rim. And this is going to be a knockout of bounds. That's one thing we saw with Malik. He can create his own shot.
It's good that if you're a three-point shooter that you can also put it on the deck.
Yep.
That way, you know, the defender is your puppet to play.
Got none in the game, along with Bazemore, DJ. That's going to come up short. Goes right into the hands of Smith. Jalen Smith, Maryland, a couple of years. This is his second season. He played a ton last year. Crowder catch and shoot. Boy, he can pull that trigger quickly, can he?
Yes, he can. They space the floor very well for Chris Paul. So he comes off the high screen. He's looking for the lob. If you take that away, he makes sure he finds a perimeter player. And this time he finds Crowder, who catches, fires, splash. And the Suns go up by 8 dozen.
At Domino's, we're giving away $50 million in surprise frees instead of surprise fees like other delivery apps. When you order delivery online, you could be surprised with free lava cakes, free stuffed cheesy bread, free pizza, or more.
Oh my goodness!
Recovery makes you stronger. It's my weapon. With 36 years old and I still compete with the best players and I still maintain this shape. To be the best, you need the best. That's why I choose Theragun.
At Jiffy Lube, it's our job to make car care make sense. With personalized service reviews that swap the car talk for straight talk. So you know what your car is telling you and what to do about it. Putting you in the driver's seat of car care, that's a job for Jiffy.
I'm in New York by myself, trying to be an actress, hearing an unhealthy amount of no. Food always said yes. Noom married the inside work with the outside work. It caused me to deal with what was underneath what I would normally just numb with food. It's not about losing the weight, it's about losing the weight. And when you begin to work on that weight, the physical stuff falls off.
Sign up for Noom and lose the weight for good.
The moment Proactive started working, I felt relieved, empowered.
Get that clear skin feeling with our 3 skincare systems. Proactive's got clinically proven ingredients to clear skin and dermatologist tested to be gentle. Subscribe today, risk-free at Proactive.com, and get this free charcoal brush.
It's great to be back in the building to be a part of this.
We are starting to see signs that our lives and communities can get back to normal, but there is still more for us to do. Vaccines are one of the most important tools we have to control the spread and effect of COVID-19. It is safe and effective and will help protect you and your loved ones. To learn more about the vaccine and make a plan for yourself or your family, visit cdc.gov.
Milwaukee, we did it, baby! We did it!
From Footprint. Brought to you by Morongo, the spotlight at Stu.
It's on Carmelo Anthony and the way he can just get himself in the mid-range or near the rim to score. He's been doing that his entire career. He's one of those players that takes what you give.
And Carmelo tonight, 3 for 5, 0 for 2 from three-point country, but has a half a dozen. All right, Phoenix on a 26-10 run over the last 6.5 minutes. In that time, they've had 5 second chance opportunities this quarter, Stu, and they lead 9-3 in rebounding here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've got 7 offensive rebounds in the game already. There's 8:33 to play in the first half.
Monk trying to utilize a pick by Davis. It bounce to Davis. So the good two-man game that time. Malik Monk and AD on the way.
Nice little setup that time by Monk.
Ball goes into the attacking 47 feet. With control of it, terminate the dribble. Now out to Crowder. Crowder started the game, has half a dozen. Nobody in the game in double figures yet. Rebounded Davis after the miss in tight that time by Mikal Bridges. Leave it now for Kendrick Nunn. Doesn't hesitate. Going to be off the back iron. And Mikal Bridges has control of it. Just so underrated in so many ways. But coming into his own. Bridges again. Gets in and comes out. How did they allow Crowder to get such an easy rebound?
And how did he miss it?
I was going to say. But he blows the layup. Corner. Monk again. Ring it up. Wow. Impressive so far. Paul, little ball away, and he's got it. CP3.
He's pretty much the master of that mid-range game there. He's done that his entire career.
He played 70 of 72 regular season games. I mentioned he did battle some injuries in the postseason, though. As did Davis, as he tries to get to the basket and a whistle and a foul.
Well, help and recover, the hardest thing a defender can do is that time tried to help him on the screen, then get him back to Anthony Davis, who was standing too erect, and all of a sudden out of position, picks up the foul. AD at the line for 2.
You know, it was only the first game, but AD's been incredibly candid in all of his interviews, and he just said, we are just way behind right now where we want to be, and everybody's just kind of looking at AD saying, first game, we could be all right, but high expectation level for Anthony Davis. Attention, LA area teachers, grades K through 5. Register your classroom for the Lakers Literacy League. Engage your class with Lakers-themed activities and have an opportunity to win Laker prizes every month. Teachers, register your classroom now on Lakers.com.
AD 1 out of 2 from the line again as he seems to be trying to find his rhythm from the 15-foot mark.
Got 74% regular season last year from the charity stripe.
Yeah, he's better than that.
Which he showed. It's real quiet. This is a great mix of veteran and youthful talent on this Phoenix team. But now the expectation, the bar is really raised this year. They're not going to surprise anybody like they did last year. Nunn pull-up jump shot for 2.
Hendricks that time just got around the screen, stayed in no man's land, and the center didn't come out, and he knocked down the jumper.
Phoenix, who staffed a decade-long playoff drought last year. A decade without being in the playoffs. Crowder, 4-point opportunity. As the Lakers commit the foul, Crowder down, he'll go to the line.
Yeah, foul will be called on Nunn. As they did that is another look at Chris Paul setting up DeAndre Ayton for the easy one, and then the next possession it's Crowder. Catch, fire, get fouled, 4-point opportunity.
Jay, who went to Marquette for a couple of years, did not play in their first preseason game, was tied with Chris Middleton in the finals for made threes. Each of them had 16. And now the Lakers down big, 47-35. Make one, miss one. None will control it in the attacking zone. Now posting is AD facing the basket with Ayton in front of him. How much 5 will AD play this year? That's one of the question marks. Of course, the starting lineup opening night was a question mark for the Lakers. Not so much for the Suns. They know who the 5 on the floor will be after Devin Booker gets back from his COVID protocol.
Did you say they're bulking to give him his extension? You better wake up.
Boy, that postseason was really a coming out party for him last year. Oh, spin by Melo!
Well, you talk about feeling where the pressure is coming defensively, spin away from it for the dunk. Nice play.
At the other end, quick shot on the way. Under the halfway mark of the second quarter. We'll see Rajon for the Lakers next time it's dead. Carmelo in his Lakers debut with Crowder. They're bumping, they're grinding, they're battling. Underneath, here comes Anthony. No one's going to be taken by 8.
Yes, it did look like that Anthony got hit on the arm on that shot.
I checked everything. I put it where it's supposed to be. It was just the emblem was wrong.
I think we've got somebody bleeding through on I think
Lakers take the timeout and they
ladies and
need it. They're down by 14, largest margin thus far in the game. Still 5 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the first half.
Little Caesars are crazy calzone, Julienne pepperoni. It's so tasty. I like white sauce. Here comes the bite. Here comes the...
Yummy!
The dream about the crazy calzone again?
You also said some weird things about giraffes.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new crazy calzone for $8.49.
Pizza.
I want that treasure. Oh, an orc? Water first. Does it work? Hold the key above. It's the treasure. Ah, got caught anyway. Download and solve the puzzles now.
Oh, my stomach.
What's wrong?
It always happens when I eat. Bloating, indigestion.
Always?
Well, yeah, don't you?
I used to. Have you tried probiotics?
Yeah, but they never work.
I thought so too, but then I tried Peptiva.
Peptiva is the first ever doctor-formulated probiotic that works at night with key ingredients backed by over 7 clinical studies. And right now you can get a complimentary sample by texting HIDE to 231-231. Peptiva works while you sleep to soothe indigestion, cramping, bloating, even constipation, while promoting digestive health.
And it has time-released melatonin to help you get the best sleep of your life.
Okay, now that sounds good.
Get your complimentary sample now by texting HIDE to 231-231. Text now and we'll include a box of Peptiva digestive enzymes to help your body digest meals and avoid occasional gas and discomfort. Absolutely free. That's HIDE to 231-231.
My basketball journey began when I was really, really little and really developed not just a passion for the game, but a real interest. Over the course of my career, I experienced everything. 4 years playing for Coach K, winning championships, jumping in the NBA. Amazing! Being an elite player, and then all of a sudden having it all go away, having to fight to resume your career, and getting back and playing, having great joy and fulfillment and great experiences. All of that led me to NBA TV.
51-37. Speaking of 50 years with this organization. There he is. The legend, one of the great guys that you will meet in and around this game, the legendary Al McCoy. Press room here named after him and continues to thrill the fans in the Valley of the Sun. And, you know, Stu, he was talking to us before the game, and how excited was he to say that, you know, around the world they were listening to their broadcast during the finals last year. I mean, when you do something for 50 years and you're still that excited about what you do and being in the finals last year.
Exactly. That's why he's still doing it.
Yeah. of our guys. He and Tim Kempton, of course, on the radio broadcast here in Phoenix. Love them. All right, Lakers 7-0 in the fast break department. Rebounds, the Lakers a minus 13. AD, though, has 5 of the 13 Laker rebounds. 40 points out of the 51 coming from the Phoenix front court so far here this afternoon. Got under 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Wayne Ellington comes around to the horn. Is going to hit the front of the rim. Another rebound for Crowder, but Rondo was sniffing around in there looking to see if he could get a rebound.
Talk about one and done. That's been the Lakers in this game thus far. They don't have any offensive rebounds.
8 from the outside, looking to go 3 that time. About 20% from beyond the arc last year to DeAndre. But you know, everybody's working on it now, trying to incorporate it into their game.
An offensive foul off the ball by Carmelo Anthony. So ball back to the Suns.
Again, we'll be on the air on Friday night from Chase Center in San Francisco. Andrew Wiggins has been vaccinated, so you should see him in action. He's eligible to play at home in San Francisco. Of course, New York and San Francisco with real stringent protocols.
Back-to-back fouls for Carmelo as he picks up the foul there, trying to fight over the screen. That's free throws. And Jay Crowder going to the line for 2.
I know you're not a big Marvel movie guy, Stu. Maybe you are secretly. I am, but
secretly.
Yeah, well, maybe I am. But you know, Melo borrowed a line from Captain America and the entire Avengers when he said, when they asked him, "Well, what's your role going to be?" and he just said, "Whatever it takes." Whatever it takes is he's on board for this year. But I think that's, you know, when a lot of guys come in on those 1-year minimum contracts and, you know, they want to play with each other and get a chance for a ring.
Basketball is a team sport, so you've got to sacrifice in a team sport. So everybody's motto should be whatever it takes. I mean, it's not
some guys not as much
revelation.
as others. Again, he came off the bench 66 times out of 69 with Portland. He had only come off the bench 8 times previously in his entire career prior to last year. Ellington. There's a whistle.
Suns fouls on number 14, Landry Shamet.
That's going to be Landry Shamet, who was matched up that time with Davis.
It's about all you can do when you...
It's right. Find yourself in that mismatch.
Yeah, when you're Shamet and you're guarding Anthony Davis.
Lakers are out of team fouls. That was the second for Phoenix. 53-37 the score. Coming up short again from the outside is Ellington. So he is, 1 for 4 to start the game. 0 for 2 from downtown. Bridges, once again, unimpeded to the rim.
There's some of those defensive principles you work on during the preseason, and a wide open layup that time for Bridges.
22 points in the paint for Phoenix. Lakers only with 12 in the painted area. Rebound 8, 1 and done again. As you so often have been mentioning, Crowder lob underneath, thrown down over AD, DeAndre Ayton.
From Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder picks up the helper. And the rout is on here in the first half, 57-37. Davis, little running hook, rebound to Ayton. Of course, the entire Suns starting lineup, except for Booker, playing tonight. No Russ, no LeBron this evening, no Dwight, and no Trevor Ariza. Again for the Lakers. Shamet works his way to open space, and then this is the jump shot. Rondo surveys the floor as he brings it into the attacking 47. For the Lakers, down big here in the first half with 2.5 to play in it. Done, nothing but air. So they'll try to run the other way. Shamet working baseline. Well, this Phoenix team playing a very fluid basketball here in Game 2 of the preseason. And a timeout for Monty Williams.
Timeout, Suns.
2:28 to go still here in the first half. As the Suns have opened it up quite a bit here in the second quarter. But they continue to run the floor and get the easy ones. The lead is 20.
Reggie Bush used to eat breakfast somewhere else. Then he tried Wendy's breakfast. Now we can't get rid of him.
Can you believe this breakfast croissant is only $1.99?
Yeah, Reggie. I put the sign up.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
By a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
Another beer or something different?
How about this super filling IPA?
Son, you want a dark beer.
Aged with goat's milk.
Dark beer!
How about a Beeben ginger highball?
Well, your leading scorer for Phoenix, there he is, Devin Booker, now truly cemented as a superstar in the NBA. He helped close out the Lakers last year in that closeout win, 47-point double-double as they beat the Lakers in 6 games in the first round of the playoffs. And again, not playing tonight, getting himself back in shape, been out a couple of weeks in the COVID protocol.
Well, obviously he's cleared that since he's just not playing tonight, obviously, sitting on the bench with the rest of his mates.
Still only 24 years of age. Bridges in and out, the battle underneath, and none comes up with it. So let's see if the Lakers can finish strong here in half number 1. Inside to catch the turn, the score. Just like that, Rondo to Davis.
Some play by Anthony Davis, though. But they challenged that pass, and while in the air, he turned and scored.
Okay, granted it was Shamet who was in front of him at 6'4", but still a scintillating play by the combo of Rondo and Davis. But they answer right back with a 3 from Payne. He shot 44% from beyond the arc last year, did Cameron Payne. We call Cam Payne and Alex Caruso last year getting a bit of a scuffle during the playoffs.
Another look at that play to Rondo threw it to Anthony Davis, who, while in the air, just converted to give the assist. It's a nice looking play.
I mentioned Caruso. You did see us in game number 1 of the preseason. Just 3 Lakers returning. Just 3 from last year's squad. Anthony off the glass, off the rim.
That was good defense by Johnson.
And now McGee running other end. That's going to be an offensive foul. Offensive foul, no basket. Good play by AD, getting back defensively. Third personal by McGee.
JaVale saw some open space, though, and said, ooh, let me show what I can do off the dribble. Didn't change direction yet. And picks up the contact. They said offensive foul, turnover.
14 years. 33-year-old, the 7-footer, JaVale McGee.
That's going
to be a foul on Cam Johnson. He picks up his personal foul.
Tried to beat Carmelo Anthony to the spot Carmelo was trying to get to, and picked up the contact and the foul.
Well, you know, Stu, when we look at the scoreboard right now with a minute 19, a 60 for the Suns will not sit well with Frank Vogel. He's trying to find the defensive identity that this team had a couple of years ago, one of the catalysts to their championship. None scored at the other end, and the Lakers take it away.
That's why you want these preseason games to get your defensive principles in order.
Davis banks it in. Bank open Wednesday afternoon. Anthony Davis.
Give me the credit for that bank.
AD, 11 points, the only Laker in double figures. And again, this time it's Carmelo committing the foul, as JaVale McGee was in very deep. That's the third on Melo.
How did that happen when you have to switch after a high screen or something? That time, JaVale tried to go to the rim, guarded by Anthony Davis. He gave up the ball, and Anthony picks up the foul.
A reminder, we'll be sending it back to the studio in under a minute for a halftime analysis and highlights back in El Segundo, where we were doing all the road games through the bubble two seasons ago and all of last year. But we are here in Phoenix, and it's a thrill to be back. Up ahead into the front court, none. AD goes to dribble. I suspect we may not see Davis in the second half tonight, as this one he gets knocked down by JaVale. But so far, AD, 17 minutes logged this afternoon. 4 fouls on JaVale. Of course, fouls mean nothing here in the preseason. I mean, as far as fouling out or not, it just means somebody else will go in there.
Sometimes it's hard for shot blockers not to always try to do just that and block shots no matter where the attempt is coming from. At that time, Anthony Davis about 17 feet away, and JaVale up to block it and picks up the foul.
Again, Laker fans want to remind you that you can be part of the action on Sunday night and next Tuesday night when the Lakers return to Staples Center. Sunday night against the same Phoenix team. And we might see those players currently on the bench. And then Tuesday against Golden State. It was great to see 16,000 fans at Staples Center the other night, or the other afternoon against Brooklyn. Payne leans in. McGee gets a hand on it. Taylor Horton Tucker with the rebound. Shot clock is off. Lakers will work for the last shot, down by 17. THT just 1 point here in the quarter. 0 for 2 from the floor. In the half, rather, I should say. Anthony Davis, good first step. Left hand, but can't finish. And that's the end of the half. And for about the 5th time in the half, AD goes down to the deck.
This is a good late challenge, though, on the field goal attempt by JaVale that forced AD to throw it up a little bit more.
Anthony Davis in mid-season form hitting the deck. Suns looking like a team that went to the finals last year, led by as many as 20 points in the first half.
Yeah, the Suns do look good. You know, they got some confidence coming from last season. But who leads the league in hitting the deck in the NBA?
Oh, it's Anthony Davis, and it's not even close. No, not even close.
More than D-Wade used to?
I think so, yeah. We'll get our deep dive analytics people on this one. He's Greg Anthony. I'm Jared Greenberg. It is game time at the half. It is the Phoenix Suns all over the Lakers, 62-45. We'll talk about DeAndre Ayton, how good he looked and how small the Lakers look. And GA will tell you who he thinks the Lakers' X factor is for this season. Woo, woo!
If Mark, Mr. Cartoon Machado, didn't have the fighting spirit to draw out his passion, he never would have turned chrome into a canvas. If he let a lack of tools stop him, he never would have started tattooing using a homemade machine. And if he listened to those who said you need an art degree, he never would have perfected the street look that made him a street legend. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
This dream is incredible. Those moves are unreal. But great dreams aren't edible and you can barely cartwheel. You're on your way to eggs and bacon, so wave this dream farewell. The sooner you wake, the sooner you'll get toasted breakfast burritos. Only at Taco Bell.
Go-To Bank, the ultimate banking app with no monthly fees with direct deposit. Your go-to for value with a free ATM network and overdraft protection. Open an account at gotobank.com or pick up at a retail store near you.
At Tommy John, we believe you deserve the most comfortable underwear and breathable, supportive, lightweight stretch fabrics for the perfect fit on every guy. We believe in can't believe they never thought of that designs, like our Stay Put waistband and the horizontal quick draw fly. We believe the daily grind should only be in your coffee cup, not in your underwear. Plus, we guarantee no wedgies, no adjustment needed. Feeling is believing. So upgrade now and get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com with this code.
Ah, Mr. Black.
It's good to see you again, Baron.
A toast to your demise.
Want to get away? Now you can with low fares starting at $59 one way, 2 free bags, and no change or cancel fees for all.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Crowder looking, throws an alley-oop. Oh! He puts it down. It's over.
We're at the half in Phoenix, double dipping Phoenix today. The Mercury trying to advance to the WNBA Finals. Meanwhile, the Suns looking like they're in midseason form. Chris Paul making his debut this preseason with the Phoenix Suns. And I tell you what, the issue with the Suns in the finals at times were their lack of size, especially when DeAndre Ayton got in foul trouble. Tonight, with JaVale McGee in there in particular and Jay Crowder, they look really good dominating the smaller Lakers.
Yeah, they do. And I like the acquisition. People forget they really had their struggles once Dario Saric got hurt. It really kind of changed their rotation and everything, and that's something they did address in this offseason. So they're going to be there when it's all said and done. They'll be one of the contenders. And right now, if you look at it from the Lakers' perspective, it's really just about integrating the new pieces and getting the big guy back involved in terms of how they play the game.
All right, well, that's Anthony Davis, who's playing the 5 tonight. Starting at the 4, making his Laker debut is Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, and he looked good. The thing I think he's going to also add, and he didn't really do it here, and I'm not going to even get caught up on this two-step that he does. Yes, he did travel, but we're not going to get caught up on that. The fact that he's able to make a nice find there to a cutting AD for the finish. But one of the things that's always made him special is his ability to score against great defense. And Jay Crowder, takes pride in his ability to guard it. Folks, that is a really difficult shot that he was able to convert there. And remember, no LeBron, no Westbrook, so he's got to go out and initiate a lot of his own offense. And even at this stage of his career, he still has that ability. So that could be a scary proposition, him coming off the bench with that second unit, because he's one of the best scorers this game has ever seen.
But before we get to the Suns side of things, you believe that the big question mark coming into this season for the Lakers is the 2-guard spot.
Yes.
Kendrick Nunn's starting today, but Malik Monk has the opportunity to really impress the coaches and earn some playing time.
People forget it. He was thought to be a disappointment the last few years up until last season, where he finally hit his stride, and then Charlotte, in essence, gave up on him.
Yep.
I think he's going to be a huge get for the Lakers. He's athletic. He can really shoot the basketball off the dribble. And what are you going to get a lot of when you play with Westbrook and LeBron?
Open shots.
You're going to get a lot of open shots. And I just feel like this is a match made in heaven. And you're right. When you talked about it, when you teased it, I think that guy's going to be their X factor, because he's a guy that could get you 12, 14 off the bench, and he can do it in a hurry.
All right, Chris Paul making his preseason debut, and clearly the facilitator out there tonight.
Well, Chris Paul's ability to play make and the IQ that he brings to the table, really unmatched. Arguably one of the best point guards we've ever had play this game. And, he's just a facilitator and not looking to do a whole lot other than embarrass this young man here on that drive with the beautiful alley-oop. But he's always in control, but for the injuries, had a terrific postseason a year ago. And one thing you can always count on with Chris Paul-led team, they win. Yep. We can talk about whether or not he's won a championship. You only get one winner a year. But every team he's on is relevant. They're a factor. They compete. You saw what he did with OKC a couple years ago. 1 year in Phoenix, they're in the NBA Finals after not even making the postseason a year ago. So the Suns have to feel good about their core, and I like the acquisitions that they made. It's just that Western Conference, man, it's a juggernaut. It's going to be interesting to see who ultimately ends up with the 1 seed.
And not wanting to fall into the play-in tournament because of what that means implication-wise for who you have to play in the first round if you survive the play-in tournament. Got a doubleheader on NBA TV. Luka and the Mavs later on tonight against the Jazz. Second half action back out in Phoenix, where DeAndre Ayton has been dominant, proving you better pay that man.
Max me!
Buttercup, baby.
Up would be the operative word there, pal.
Yeah. All right, have a good day.
If you ride, you get it.
Oh, wow, we're really backed up.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
At Domino's, unlike other delivery apps that add surprise fees, we're adding on $50 million in surprise frees. So you could get surprise-free cheesy bread.
Surprise-free cheesy bread!
Or something else. When you order delivery online from Domino's.
At Jiffy Lube, it's our job to keep you moving. With a full range of services from oil changes and tire rotations to filters, wipers, and more, we've got what your car needs right when you need it, so you're ready for whatever's next. Putting you in the driver's seat of car care, that's a job for Jiffy.
Drop a bag slow. You would never see that. Use the clap though.
My basketball journey began when I was really, really little and really developed not just a passion for the game, but a real interest. Over the course of my career, I experienced everything. 4 years playing for Coach K, winning championships, jumping in the NBA. Amazing! Being an elite player, and then all of a sudden having it all go away, having to fight to resume your career, and getting back and playing, having great joy and fulfillment and great experiences. All of that led me to NBA TV.
After we get done with the Lakers and Suns, the Dallas Mavericks make their preseason debut tonight. GA, we get to see Luka in action.
Luka the Don. A lot of people's preseason choice to be MVP. I'm just anxious to see this new look Mavs team under Jason Kidd. I think it's going to be interesting to see if they can make a jump because statistically he was actually better last year than he was the year prior, but I can't say that the team was necessarily better. Let's see if they can get into that contender mode here this year.
And much like the Lakers, we got to see what they do with Kristaps Porzingis playing the 4 or the 5. We'll talk more about that. Lakers and Suns second half later on tonight. It's the Jazz and Mavs on NBA TV. Malik Monk and the Lakers got to dig out of a hole.
Like many people with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, I was there.
Be right back.
But my symptoms were keeping me from where I needed to be. So I talked to my doctor and learned Humira is the #1 prescribed biologic for people with UC or Crohn's disease. And Humira helps people achieve remission that can last, so you can experience few or no symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Humira.
Ah, Mr. Black.
It's good to see you again, pal.
A toast to your demise.
Want to get away? Now you can with low fares starting at $59 one way, 2 free bags, and no change or cancel fees for all.
Things we don't ever need to experience again. Headgear. Looking it up in an encyclopedia. Remembering phone numbers. Renting movies from a store. Running with a CD player. And having only one way to buy a car. That's why CarMax gives you options. You can buy on our lot, online, or any combination in between. And it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. The way it should be. CarMax.
Can you believe this? Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. You guys look great. Once I turn 40...
Let me guess. Less energy? Less drive?
Definitely. It's not your fault. It happens to every man. Testosterone levels drop as you age. Happen to you guys?
Yep.
So what did you do?
We got Nugenix Total T.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text ROW to 369-369. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels.
That does it. I gotta get Nugenix. Just send a text for a complimentary bottle.
And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text ROW to 369-369. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back in shape fast. Absolutely free. That's GROW to 369-369.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
All right, so Footprint Center in Phoenix. Big day there. After this one between the Suns and Lakers, the Phoenix Mercury will have an opportunity to punch their ticket to the WNBA Finals when they take on the Las Vegas Aces. That's later on tonight. Will
the fans have to leave, or can they buy the ticket where they can go to both games?
That's a great question.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, so we'll call somebody and get that answer for you. Chris Paul's night is done. Yeah. Anthony Davis is going to play here in the second half.
Not surprised that he would play. And I think some of it is he wants to really try to get that rhythm back because, again, we talked about the injuries that he had, but he also didn't have a great year prior to the injuries. And I think he's going to be really motivated to get that rhythm back, get that timing. And let's face it, bringing in Russell Westbrook, the sense of urgency is going to be there with the aging roster and the opportunity to maybe get another ring. I don't think they want to take that too lightly.
How many times does Anthony Davis hit the deck here in the second half?
4.
We had 6 in the first half, the unofficial.
Well, let's go 3 because he may only play about 6 or 7 minutes.
Remember, after the Lakers and Suns, Luka the Don makes his preseason debut live here on NBA TV. You won't want to miss that. It is the Mavs and the Jazz coming up later on tonight. And, of course, big games all around the NBA preseason here. 7 games on the schedule tonight. The Detroit Pistons just got underway on League Pass. They take on the Spurs. No Cade Cunningham. He's out with a bit of an ankle sprain. GA, we'll talk to you after the game. Enjoy the second half.
Stay off the ground, AD.
Lakers got to dig out of a big hole. Kick it back out to Footprint Center, and the voice of the Lakers, Stu Lance and Bill McDonald.
You'll notice a lineup change here, guys, to start the second half. So AD's still in at the 5, but Rondo is out there alongside Bazemore, and then Nunn and Ellington. So this is not a bigger group, certainly. Guys still really, pretty small, so we'll see how that plays out from the rebounding standpoint, especially.
Well, it should just, you do the fundamentals, you box out. You don't have to be big to box out.
Surprised AD's out there?
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he makes that call, I would think.
Yeah, I would think so.
So Anthony is out there in the second half. He played 18 minutes. By the way, thank you, Mike Trudell. We'll check in with you in a little bit. 4 for 11, 6 rebounds, couple of assists, 12 points for Anthony Davis.
Yeah, but only 50% from the line.
Yeah, which is, again, we talk about it quite a bit.
Well, we started with that last season, too, you know. And you said he ended the season at 74%. I personally think he's much better than 74%.
AD in the first quarter, 1 for 5 from 3, too. So he was trying to stretch the floor. But then came on in the second quarter. Look at them doubling up on DeAndre Ayton. In fact, a triple team as AD came from behind.
Well, Ayton didn't read the floor very well at all. When you get 3, you've got to get rid of the basketball.
Anthony Davis. Just the start of this quarter. A little shovel pass to Bazemore. And he gets fouled. But good D on the other end.
Well, you talked about the triple team. Ayton had it initially by being defended by 1. Then the second came, and then the third was there. And he ended up shooting a shot that he shouldn't have, and the Lakers were off and running.
So, again, we'll keep an eye on the rebounds. We've got that running tally. You know, and really there was no drop-off in that second quarter for Phoenix. In that second quarter, Lakers shot 9 for 23, Phoenix 12 for 25. 3-pointers, though. The Lakers started heating up a little bit in that second quarter. They were 4 out of 8 after just a 1 for 8 first quarter. And again, 3-point shooting. They were in the bottom third. They were 21st in the NBA in 3-point shooting last year. Phoenix was 7th from beyond the arc. They did a lot of things well. I mean, it was no fluke that they made it all the way to the NBA Finals. Into the corner, Shamet now back for Crowder. Under duress, Ellington a little late there. Off-target rebound taken by Bazemore. Lakers now down big, 62-47.
They've been down bigger.
Yeah, they have. Here is a Nunn. Kind of skips out into the corner with CP3 on him. Davis thought about it, now does take it off the back of the iron. Weak side rebound. It is Jay Crowder. Chris Paul just sort of waltzes in. Ayton, well, I thought he might have controlled the initial tip, but then kind of came down and easily had that follow bucket.
That's where the Lakers have been hurt the most on the defensive glass, is when there's been dribble penetration and the center, whether it's Anthony Davis, whoever has to go over, it's freeing up the other big to go to the rim.
But the Lakers come back and answer quickly. Rondo now has 4 points. Lakers only turned it over 5 times in that first half, only 6 for Phoenix. Both those numbers exceptional for a preseason game, especially early on in the preseason. The second of 6 games for the Lakers, second of 4 for Phoenix. And as we say that, turnover. Straight to Chris Paul on the steal. And Rondo got in his way.
Foul by Rondo, really. They had transition going. They would definitely either get the hoop or get to the line. So take the foul, make them set up, and play 5-on-5.
You know, Chris Paul, top 5 all-time in assists and steals. He had a triple-double last year against the Lakers in the second regular season game. Shamet all the way. Where's the defense? Nowhere to be found.
This is, again, a breakdown defensively.
Ellington will leave it for Davis. Quickly right back to Rondo. He doesn't shoot outside often. Now he's into the key, and now the Lakers a couple of quick turnovers. Long lead for Bridges. He's there to score. 68-49. The lead balloons now. Nothing but net. The splash. Some fresh snow from the corner for Wayne Ellington.
Ellington gets his first triple of the evening or afternoon.
Wayne last year a career-high field goal percentage. Second best three-point shooting year for Wayne Ellington. Bridges, again, AD got a hand on it, stripped it for a moment, but it will remain with Phoenix.
Yeah, that's hard to do when you're out of position, you're trying to help him recover. Guy goes by you, but yet you're able to get a hand on the shot without committing the foul.
You know, I go back to this, Phoenix takes care of the ball, the best assist to turnover ratio in 25 years in the league. And down goes Shamet, and so he'll go to the line and shoot a couple. Landry Shamet, Wichita State. He had a stretch. His best stretch was a 12-game period, April and May, where he averaged over 15 and shot over 41% from downtown. Still just 24 years of age. Hey, get ready for a new season of Laker basketball. Bron, AD, and Russ leading the way. Tickets are on sale right now. Visit Lakers.com/tickets for more information. Lakers will be home on Sunday, then Tuesday, and of course the opener on the 19th against Golden State. And the second game against these Phoenix Suns, all the way and split the D is Kendrick Nunn.
Well, he did a great job, but a change of pace dribble there to get into the paint.
But just as you blink, Crowder has another triple. Loose basketball on the floor. Ellington had it. Was he trying to call a timeout? He might have been, but we're going to get a jump ball.
Another look at Kendrick Nunn. Comes down and then, oh, nice change of direction. Changes pace, gets in, and the defender out of position. The shot blocker out of position, not able to contest, and easy score for Nunn.
Chicago, Simeon Academy. Kendrick Nunn had 7 boards in the first game to lead the team. 7 rebounds, and it was the 6'2" Kendrick Nunn who led in that category. Had a couple on offense. Spent 2 years in Miami. Points per game dropped, but only slightly last year.
Well, he's got 9 points so far in this encounter. Lakers should be definitely in a defensive jump here because Ayton will definitely control the tip.
Again, you see the Mercury logo. Tonight, the WNBA semifinals continue. The Vegas Aces against the Phoenix Mercury. And Phoenix can close them out tonight. It'll be a bit of an upset and make their way to the WNBA finals. So this is the first of 2. That's why we're playing at 3 o'clock this afternoon. On the ground was Bazemore, and Paul hits from the corner.
Boy, as the shot clock was winding down, they get it to the right guy because he always knows the clock and knocked down the triple.
Rebound, DeAndre Ayton. Went to high school here in the area with Marvin Bagley. Again, Paul going into a dance. Boy, age is advancing. Skills remain the same. And it's taken by AD. Well, you just wait for Chris Paul or any of these great stars to drop off, and they keep performing at the highest of levels. Nunn launching. Long shot, long rebound. Easy carom that time, taken by DeAndre Ayton. 7.5 to go in the quarter. Right to the rim. Timeout, Lakers. finish by Shamet.
Well, the Lakers needed, as Coach Vogel was bringing a couple of his players together to talk about their defensive switching and defensive philosophies, as they gave up an uncontested dunk to Shamet. The lead grows 78-54.
It was the night before breakfast when Alex received a text. Cow or eggs and bacon? It's time to ghost that ex. Toasted breakfast burritos are here. Shut it down and sleep well. The sooner you sleep, the sooner you'll get one. Only at Taco Bell. Bung.
At Jiffy Lube, it's our job to make car care make sense. With personalized service reviews that swap the car talk for straight talk. So you know what your car is telling you and what to do about it. Putting you in the driver's seat of car care, that's a job for Jiffy.
At Tommy John, we believe you deserve the most comfortable underwear and breathable, supportive, lightweight stretch fabrics for the perfect fit on every guy. We believe in can't believe they never thought of that designs, like our Stay Put waistband and the horizontal quick draw fly. We believe the daily grind should only be in your coffee cup, not in your underwear. Plus, we guarantee no wedges, no adjustment needed. Feeling is believing. So upgrade now and get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com with this code.
Baby, I'm home, I'm home, I'm home. Baby, I'm home.
We're always stronger together. Toyota.
Well, LeBron having a chat with the officiating crew. What do you think it's about, Stu? What do you think this...
I just looked about how they're setting, how he wants to be the set screen rule called. You know, he's talking about setting the screen, pivoting, and going. The referee's demonstrating how you do it legally.
And the teaching both ways continues. Still have not seen LeBron here in the preseason, albeit this only game number 2. You know, if you ask about DeAndre Ayton, yes, he did go to high school in this area, prep school, Hillcrest Prep in Phoenix.
Let's see what the Lakers
transfer
coming out of this timeout. They play better the rest of the way.
Lakers shoot 3 for 6 in the quarter. Phoenix, many more opportunities, 6 for 14. Rebounds +2 for Phoenix here in the third. Davis spinning, little windshield wiper is a pretty move, and the jump shot is down.
He still has one of the silkiest touches on his shot.
Crowder to the dribble with Davis coming out on him. Now it's Crowder down on the ground again. They're not going to give him a whistle. Of course, they're going to be a little more difficult on that. Look at the block at the other end. A little rejection at the other end, and Shamet quickly tried to throw it to the corner. Rondo steps in the passing lane. Good feed to Bazemore. The give from Kendrick Nunn.
That's what Bazemore does really well, and that's fill lanes and slash, gets to the painted area. I know we've talked about his career high last season of shooting the ball from behind the arc, but he's still a pretty good slasher.
Well, Bazemore, who was the best defensive player when he was in college at Old Dominion, the Rookie Drysdale Award, is a pretty good defender now in the big leagues. On its way, and down it goes for Mikal Bridges. And they count down the 3 here at the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. Kendrick Nunn now to 80, wide open, so he'll take it. Why not? Going to be out the front of the rim, and Crowder's got another rebound. We'll see DJ at the next whistle for the Lakers, as well as Taylor Horton-Tucker and Malik Monk. Mr. Instant Offense. We're past the halfway mark of the third quarter. Frank Vogel's team down 81-58. Up to get it. Good battle, and that's won by Anthony Davis. Took it right away from 8. Down the middle goes Bazemore. Runs into a couple of players. No whistle. So on the scramble, it goes off the glass and the window, and it's taken by Bridges. Little start and stop for Chris Paul. Drive, kick, Shamet, no. Hustle, Kendrick Nunn. Now it's 2-on-1. Nunn leaves it. Bazemore scores. That's a well-run break. A little defense to offense.
That's what you want to see, too. You want to see once you have an advantage in transition that you really take advantage of it. Get to the rim as the Lakers get the rebound, push it ahead, and get the easy hoop, but still trail big on the scoreboard.
Okay, so take this right. Now pull into that parking space. Thanks so much. It's my lunch break.
You know you want that sauced and tossed Wingstop, and now try it on crispy thighs.
Go2 Bank, the ultimate banking app with no monthly fees with direct deposit. Your go-to for value with a free ATM network. And get paid up to 2 days early. Open an account at go2bank.com with no minimum balance required.
What happened to me is wrong.
The accusation is false. And she is my wife.
I will not be silent.
Can this man do nothing but evil?
I request a duel to the death.
If you lose this duel, your wife will be burned alive.
He will answer for what he has done.
Confess!
The Last Duel, only in theaters. Rated R.
From the time you're born, a gland in your brain produces growth hormone. It's what makes you stay lean, build strong muscles, and feel energetic. Unfortunately, around the age of 20, your body starts producing less GH. And by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, it's much harder to stay energetic, lean, and build muscle. But what if there was a way to tell your body to get back to work and boost your GH levels again? Nugenix GH Boost uses an amino acid and botanical blend, clinically demonstrated to help your body boost its own GH levels more than 100%. Text MOTOR to 42424. To get your complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost, you'll get the boost you need to sculpt a stronger, leaner body that is sure to turn heads. Get back to work with Nugenix GH Boost. Text MOTOR to 42424 to get a complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. Text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Text MOTOR to 42424.
Let's get to the Drag in the Box game summary. It's been pretty much all Phoenix tonight. Points in the paint, -10, facing the Lakers up to this juncture. AD, though, playing quite a bit. He's at 25 minutes, 8 rebounds, 14 points, but just 5 for 14 from the floor, but getting his reps in. Of course, he wanted to play very badly after the way the season ended last year. Assists, Chris Paul's got 11 of the 20 in his preseason debut tonight.
Well, he has 11 and the Lakers have 12.
So the big man matchup, 14 points, 10 rebounds, AD 14 and 8. Well, Ayton really outplayed him in game 1, you might recall, of the playoffs last year. Ayton had 10 field goals made and 70% shooting in 3 straight playoff games. It's crazy. That one settles in for Bridges. All right, the Lakers on the floor. Nunn, Horton Tucker, Monk, DJ, and Ken Bazemore. Bazemore controls it in the corner. Cam Johnson is on him. Kick it out now to Nunn. So the Lakers have a couple of southpaws on the floor. Make it 3 of them with DJ. So 3 left-handed shooters in the lineup. And it's going to be taken by Cam Johnson. On the fumble by the Lakers. Tries to split the defense. Count it! And 1. Through contact, Cam Johnson.
Fine player, Cam Johnson. Takes care of the turnover after Kendrick Nunn has it go off his foot. Open floor, a couple of defenders. He splits them, gets contact, continuation, sent him to the line for a possible 3-point play.
This Suns franchise won just 19 games 3 years ago. Then they won 34. Last year, 51 and 21 and made it all the way to the finals. They are 14 out of 15 from the free throw line. We mentioned they were the second best free throw shooting team last season in the association. 75th anniversary this year for the NBA, and they'll choose a top 75 and 75 later on this year. And Nunn has another bucket with a purple and gold. Nunn now with 9, make it 11. Got an answer at the other end. Lakers just can't stop him.
It's that screen and lob that's hurting the Lakers.
Ooh, nice rainbow that time by Horton Tucker.
THT with the catch and fire.
THT, that was his second attempt from downtown and his first make. He has 4 points. Remember, he was without a field goal till then. Oh, reaching in was Bazemore. He thought he had it clean, but in his anxiety to take it away, he fouls Bazemore.
They called the foul on Bazemore, saying that he grabbed the hip of Johnson before he made the steal. So that stops the transition play and gives the ball back to the Suns.
A little bit more on Kendrick Nunn, and we welcome back in Michael Trudell.
Yeah, Billy. So just the first couple of days of practice, a couple different Laker teammates and Frank Vogel both mentioned Kendrick Nunn that's playing really well. And one of the things they like about him, that on the weak side of the floor, and this would be if Russ or if LeBron's in the game, he can both space out because he's a good three-point shooter. He can also make a play off the dribble. So he can score from all levels. He gets to the rim. He's got a lot of nice dribble handle in his package. He can score from the mid-range. So they've been impressed with what they've seen so far from Nunn in practice.
Yeah, I mean, he showcased just about all of that in the first couple of games for the Lakers. So, of course, it's going to be easier, as you mentioned, when he's out there with LeBron and Russ.
And he can combo guard it. And that number 2 spot, if you want to go 1 through 5, that 2 spot for the Lakers in the starting lineup is up for grabs for sure.
When Nader turns it over because he's running down the floor and never has sight of the ball. Always know where the ball is, especially if you have it.
Quick move by Malik Monk, the former Wildcat of Kentucky.
Doesn't take him long to get in the score, does it?
Boy, it's interesting when you don't see somebody every single night, and then all of a sudden you do, although it's only the 2 games in a row, suddenly you realize how good these guys are or can be.
That's the thing about seeing them once or twice. In the Nation Conference, you see them twice.
Yep. Shamet out, Smith in. For the Lakers, Reeves returns. Austin Reeves played his last couple of years of college ball at Oklahoma. He's an undrafted rookie.
Nader was hoping the whistle would sound. He threw up an ill-advised shot that hit the side of the backboard. He tells everybody, my bad. They told him that's not a news bulletin.
Going up against now a Phoenix defense, was top 10 for the first time in 20 years last year. Monk to the basket again. Impressive. Most impressive.
I mean, he showcases three-point shooting, off the dribble.
Now, if you just want to dissect the defensive end, that's really what he can earn heavy minutes if he plays well on the other end. But it's obvious in this early going of this preseason, he has what it takes to be an offensive threat. Ayayi's in the game. Misses, and the rebound is taken by Nader. Now up ahead it goes for Cameron Payne. The 2 Cams on the floor, one to the other, and Johnson hits the 3. 95-69. They're going to get to the century mark in 3 quarters, perhaps.
Offensive foul number 17, Joe Ayayi.
Brittany Griner is here. Of course, a huge game tonight. It's just a matter of hours now before they take to the floor. You know, we were talking about the other teams. Of course, Candace Parker, the legend of Los Angeles, now with Chicago. And they're in action later against Connecticut. Backdoor, Nader.
Wow, what a play by JaVale McGee. That was some play by JaVale.
You know JaVale can have some fun rattling it in. It's Horton Tucker who's hit a couple of threes here now in the last 2 minutes.
That was a good play by THT, just dribbling up to the spot and letting it fly.
Horton Tucker had that 33-point game against the Clippers in the preseason last year. All right, here's the former Laker.
Another look at JaVale. His pivot comes up, and then look at this bounce play. That was nice. Very nice by JaVale.
Goes right by the rookie, Joel Ayayi. Out of France. Played for France in the World Cup. the under-19s, also the FIBA under-18 Euros. Did JaVale about his resume. He's bounced around, but again, when you can call yourself a 3-time champion, it has been a great run up to this point. By the way, Stu, it was nice to see the great Ann Myers-Drysdale at halftime here tonight. A former Bruin legend.
Truly a great player.
Great woman. Ann Myers. THT. On its way! THT
put that on the glass.
Yeah, he did.
It's a good play by THT. He's been out there a while before, and he really wasn't even noticeable. He was playing without the ball. And now he's not dominating, but has the ball and making things happen.
And he carried it. Doesn't get called often, but the carry, the discontinued, you dribble, whatever you want to call it.
The discontinued dribble there.
Here's Frank.
Frank asked the referee, did you watch Cameron Payne dribble?
Do you watch any of these guys dribble?
Exactly.
And there is Payne. Lakers trying to hold him under 100. May happen.
For 3 quarters?
Yeah. Little goals, Stu. Little victories. That's what we're looking for at this time. Oh, crossover. Mark. Couldn't finish it off, though, and they'll get the last shot here of the quarter, will the Phoenix Suns. Shot clock has been put to bed. Here at the Footprint Center, 99-74. Friday night, we're back at you at Chase Center. Johnson got it. And they scored 102 on the Lakers in 3 quarters this afternoon. THT too late delivering that one. Although it went in off the glass, it won't count.
Suns came out in the 3rd quarter and added to their advantage. And Lakers now have to keep it together. Try to just keep those principles going on the defensive end. 102-74 Phoenix.
Another beer or something different?
How about this super filling IPA?
Son, you want a dark beer. Aged with goat's milk.
Dark beer! How about a Beeben ginger highball?
Cup, baby.
Up would be the operative word there, pal.
Yeah. All right, have a good day.
If you ride, you get it.
Oh, wow, we're really backed up.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Reggie Bush used to eat breakfast somewhere else. Then he tried Wendy's breakfast. Now we can't get rid of him.
Can you believe this breakfast croissant is only $1.99?
Yeah, Reggie.
I put the sign up.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
At Finger Hut, we don't define you by your credit score. We celebrate you being you. So we offer low monthly payments on the stuff you need, things you love, and brands you trust. As you build your credit history with a Finger Hut credit account. If you're looking for the latest electronics, kitchen essentials, clothes, toys, and more, you'll find it all at Finger Hut. You do you, and we'll help build your credit at fingerhut.com.
Finger Hut credit accounts are issued by WebBank, member FDIC.
Lakers basketball is being brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try the new $6.99 Clucked Sandwich Combos, only at Jack in the Box. Back in Phoenix, where it's a blowout for the Suns as we start the fourth quarter. All right, Lake Show, let's see what they can do here in quarter number 4. See if they can do a complete turnaround from the fourth quarter on Sunday afternoon when Brooklyn basically dismantled them. Reeves with control of the basketball. And in that third quarter, Phoenix hit 5 threes. Lakers hit 3 of them. THT trying to lob it under to Malik Monk. Long lead for Smith. Oh, Reeves, good hustle defensively to get back and knock that one away. Monk nearly traveled with the basketball. Reeves saw an opening, drive, kick, on its way. Yay! Not there, but THT has control of it. He'll let fly straight away. Ayayi with the tip, and rebound's going to be taken by Phoenix. Frank the Tank is in. Frank Kaminsky. Kaminsky the third, who is in the game.
There are a lot of the thirds in the league these days, aren't there?
You were asking about John Lucas the third, who is now part of the Lakers coaching staff. There is Frank the Tank. You know, we mentioned that John Lucas is part of the coaching staff. David Fisdale, who you have known since how long, Stu?
Oh, he was an infant.
A wee little lad. San Diego guy, obviously. Kaminsky looks to get things going. Tipped up. Well, what an effort that was by Nader, who, by the way, played with Russ when they were both at OKC.
Yeah, when Nader gets a call for the push before he got to that offensive rebound. So he'll pick up the foul.
Now Phoenix will be against the Lakers Sunday at Staples Center. Then they won't play again until Portland next week to close out things. And that will be right back here when the Blazers come into town. And yeah, Dame and CJ are still there together, despite all the rumors that involve both of them. Handoff, looking for Payton, who's, by the way, back in action for Phoenix. Second toward Rudy, the lob, the jam, throw it down, Monk. That time from THT.
Good running of the wing by Monk, and THT, great job of slowing down just enough to get the right angle for that lob.
And again, the Lakers will run often when they get their full complement of players out there, especially the energy that Russell brings to this team, going 150 miles an hour at both ends every night, every game. And that can only be infectious.
Telegraph pass that time by Malik. Easy turnover.
Yeah, turnover. Nader tries to throw it up and in. Drifting left, shooting right. Rebound to DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's now played 14 minutes, has not scored, but has a handful of rebounds. On the floor, THT! While he's on the ground, finds DJ.
That was a turnover just waiting, and he decides to dive for it and then gets the assist.
And as we mentioned, DJ had not scored. Forget about that. Erase it. Erase. He's on the board. Finally scratching here in the fourth quarter. And a little runner by Abdel Nader. 27-year-old, went to school at Northern Illinois and then Iowa State. You know, Stu, you start asking the question, you're going to have to find minutes for Monk. And he's earned them. Already he's earned them. You're going to find them somewhere, aren't you?
You can find them somewhere.
Ooh, yeah.
They're not going to be hard to find, I don't think, because he's making a real case for himself as we get another look at the great effort by THT, diving for the ball, getting it, and then getting the assist as the Lakers struggle on the offensive end.
I remember the extra ranch.
Good. How'd everything else go?
What else?
Picking our child up?
Cool. I will be right back.
You know you want that sauced and tossed Wingstop. And now try it on crispy thighs.
Go2 Bank, the ultimate banking app with no monthly fees with direct deposit. Your go-to for value with a free ATM network and overdraft protection. Open an account at go2bank.com or pick up at a retail store near you.
I'm gonna keep on loving you, 'cause it's the only thing I wanna do.
Turns out everyone does sound better in the shower.
And it turns out the General is a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years.
'Cause it's the only thing I will do. I never stop.
Can't unhear that.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with the General.
By a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome, everybody, to the Big Podcast.
Do you know why it's called the Big Podcast? Big stands for I'm beautiful, Spice is intelligent, and you're gorgeous.
Come on in, Draymond, because it's hot up in here.
You dunked on me? I said, oh my God.
I'm trying to Google. Will I figure it out if I try to Google?
See, look. You already lost if you're Googling.
I was trying to let you know that you had a booger in your nose.
Download new episode of the Big Podcast Weekly.
Crowder looking, throws it alley.
Nissan Laker calendar, here we go. This takes us through the rest of the preseason. All of these games on Spectrum Sportsnet. Friday at Chase Center, back home, Sunday, Tuesday, these Suns, and a home-and-home rematch with the Warriors on Tuesday night. And then up to Sacramento we go. The Kings to close out the preseason. And at some point, we'll see LeBron and Russ. They'll get a few reps in, but as Frank keeps mentioning, it's kind of up to them. He sees what he has every day in practice, is how he'll look at it. DeAndre rolls it up and in.
That kind of successful pick and roll for DeAndre. They've tried it a couple of times, and the passes have been a little off the mark.
Malik Monk is 6 out of 9, has 15 points for the second consecutive game, and a couple of assists. The rest of the Laker bench, 18 points. Shovel pass, spin, score! So the shovel and the spin and the score for DJ.
The spin by DJ was the most impressive thing. Bigs sometimes can break their leg trying to do a move like that.
And Reeves picks up the assist. Double clutch at the score. Elfrid Payton. I mentioned he is back in a uniform of the Phoenix Suns. He recorded a couple of triple-doubles for him in 9 games back in 2018. Monk lays it off. That could be a charge, and it is.
Another look at that play where DeAndre did the nice spin move. Catch, spin, nice play. Looked like a guard on that.
He's got 6 points in the game, 3 Lakers in double figures. 7 Suns have double digits tonight. They have really spread it around nicely. Mission Viejo's Hutchison is in the game. From Orange County, Chandler Hutchison. And right now he's guarding Reeves. Off from Monk, 10 to shoot. Under 7 minutes to go in the game. Into the corner. There's my guy Brown. There he is. Shandy Brown.
I was going to say, I thought his name was I thought he was Chandry Brown.
That's my guy.
You called him my guy Brown.
That's him. And I'll tell you why, if you're with us the other night, they were about to take him out of the game. And all of a sudden, but they called upon him to shoot a free throw, so he had to stay in the game after missing it.
Until
after Dwight had
the
fouled
next
out.
dead ball.
Right.
And then the next dead ball didn't come before he got going offensively.
And Frank just left him in the game, and he wound up with 10 points. I love somebody who can take advantage like that.
Yeah.
And you did too.
I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, I did too.
Every minute of it.
Kaminsky scores. Reeves with the yo-yo dribble. Quarterbacking this possession. Monk on its way. Just a tad long. It
was straight.
Yeah, it was. Straight as a string. Taken by Kaminsky. Lakers have hit 6 of their last 7 after that miss. Cam Oliver comes into the game. Or his nickname, Space Cam. There he is, Cam Oliver.
Well, Space Cam comes in for Malik Monk. who goes to the sideline with a team leading 18, a game leading 18, as a matter of fact.
Los Angeles fouls number 38, Johnny Brown, his first personal, first team foul.
Still 5:44 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Johnny Brown picked up that last foul.
Kaminsky with Jordan out on top. Ooh, the fumble and the recovery by Cam. Reeves now with the basketball. Under 6 minutes to play in the game. This was long decided. Reeves hits the three. Yes, sir. Austin Reeves. He had 27 in his final collegiate game against Gonzaga and Joel Ayayi. And now they're teammates. Wide open. Out on top. Just letting it fly. That was Randall with the try. Little shake and bake try. Look at Brown. He's looking to score. Throws it up, and he'll go to the free throw line. By the way, Lakers have a new sponsor, and we are proud to have them aboard on the jersey. Bibigo has become part of the Laker family. So you will be able to see that on the jerseys, and when you purchase jerseys later on, you will see their logo, and they are so happy to be a part of the worldwide brand that are the Lakers. I mean, these fans are everywhere you go.
In some places you don't.
You don't. Look around the corner. Oh, there's one too. So we just want to say welcome to the family. This one clanks off the back rim.
Talking about a line drive.
Reeves terminates the dribble, holds on to it.
Reeves has a good head for the game.
Sense for the game, yes.
He has a good head for the game. He understands the game. There's a lot of players that play basketball that have a lot of offense or a lot of skills, but they just don't understand the game, and they have to work so hard to accomplish things. But when you understand the game, things come a little bit easier to you.
By the way, Cam Oliver hit a three. Can he hit two in a row? Not this time. Last couple of years he was in Australia. Trying to get his game going back here in the States. Kaminsky down the middle he goes, and the easy bucket, finishing with the left hand. Again, after the game, post-game interviews and analysis. You'll hear from some of the participants of this afternoon's game. And if you're so inclined, tune into the WNBA game tonight that will be here in this arena. Mercury and the Aces. Randall, wide open. Tipped up on the weak side by Smith. Yeah, and he knows that he had a great opportunity. THT's actually going to come back into the game. So the Lakers will go very small as DJ comes out of the game.
I mean, you can do that. I mean, teams don't, Frank the Tank isn't going to post up anybody, so you don't have to worry about that kind of a mismatch.
Frank played very sparingly in the playoffs, but he did re-sign on the one-year minimum deal in August to come on back. Spinning, and Brown the takedown of Chandler Hutchison, who played his college ball at Boise State. Played last year for Chicago and Washington. Washington, the new home of Kyle Kuzma. Again, I'm going to take a tour of the NBA, and just about every city, it seems, will have a former Laker to revisit with. In and out. Oliver goes up the ladder to get it.
Well, the way players change teams these days, you say that
about everybody. Yeah. But especially this year when all but three have moved on. And, we spoke, and counting on the foul. We spoke of Powell, and Of course, Mark has gone over to Spain to play in Europe now. Mark Gasol.
We got a timeout. 2:49 still to play here in the fourth as Reeves gets a three-point opportunity. Gets to the basket, gets fouled, follows through, and gets the and one.
Tommy John, we believe you deserve the most comfortable underwear. And breathable, supportive, lightweight stretch fabrics for the perfect fit on every guy. We believe in can't believe they never thought of that designs, like our Stay Put waistband and the horizontal quick draw fly. We believe the daily grind should only be in your coffee cup, not in your underwear. Plus, we guarantee no wedgies. No adjustment needed. Feeling is believing. So upgrade now and get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com with this code.
This is Martha's hometown. This is what Martha's Day looks like there. This is Martha 2 years ago. And this is how Martha lost 20 pounds on Noom.
I'm Martha Cameron.
Martha tried every way to get control of her weight.
These diets are all or nothing, and there's zero room for error.
But Noom was different for her because it uses psychology to... Wait, she'll say it better.
We can now kind of cook normal foods that we're all going to eat instead of whatever you're eating on these diets, you know?
Oh, we know, Martha. Sign up for Noom and lose the weight for good.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer.
To the Lakers mobile app. Lakers Pick'em is an interactive game for fans to predict how their favorite players will do during each game this season. Put your basketball knowledge to test and win some prizes with Lakers Pick'em. And a young LeBron fan, you know, Dad may have to buy a new jersey this year, Stu, because he's changing to number 6. Like you said, number 6 makes me feel at home. So LeBron will be wearing a different jersey number this year. So Laker fans in the house, and there's LBJ. A lot of Laker fans in attendance. A couple of Dodger fans here, too, and they better get home pretty quick because their team's just about to start.
Yeah, they live right around the corner.
Yeah. One-game playoff, wild card playoff with the Cardinals starting right about now.
Oh, dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
One-game playoffs.
You got Max throwing, though, so we'll see. But the Cardinals had an incredible 17-game winning streak late in the year to solidify their spot. Wainwright, Arenado, Molina, company. Little contact. There's Peyton. By the way, 89 of the 115 tonight, starters and bench, came from the front court for Phoenix. So they just dominated, rebounding, scoring, anything in the front against the Lakers tonight. At 2:17 remaining. Horton Tucker in the front court. They'll work the perimeter. Long distance for Reeves. And the Tanks got the rebound.
2 minutes remaining in the period.
With 2 minutes, there's the 2-minute warning. Hang in the air. Kaminsky tries that three. Oh, Smith had it, but was he out of bounds? He was. So it's going to be Laker basketball.
Out of bounds, Los Angeles.
By the way, thanks to our great crew here, the women and the men that are helping us out, led by the traveling crew, Mark Shaw, Big Ben, Russ, Bettina. Be with us all year long on the road. Of course, the Dubber is with us at home. Here's Brown hanging in the air and scoring.
Sandy Brown, he comes in and he goes right to work, picking up where he left off in game number 1.
Friday night, Golden State. And if you're a Phoenix fan, get ready for the home and home rematch Sunday. Lakers at Staples Center. Kaminsky fumbled out of bounds.
He got fouled.
Well, that's what he's saying right now. I would never, ever drop it like that.
He got fouled. Reese grabbed his wrist.
Ever.
The referees want this thing over too.
Well, look at, I mean, the game is like, I guess, turning semi-respectable now. 115-101. This fourth quarter has been all Lakers in a lot of garbage time. Underneath. But, you know, you think about preseason, and what does it mean? And go ahead, Stu, what does it mean record-wise? Absolutely nothing. Last year, Phoenix was 0-4 in the preseason, and they went all the way to the NBA Finals.
It's all about getting your roster set up.
0-4.
All of your principles, your rotations.
But Phoenix will move to 1-1. Lakers will be 0-2.
I like putting you out on the limb early.
Yeah, go.
I'm going to put you out there early.
Are we going to win a preseason?
No,
yes.
no.
I was going to say at least a couple.
No.
But
Are LeBron and Russ going to play on?
Oh boy, Chase Center. Yes.
They're going to play Friday.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Be a fun game. Golden State. And then Clay now ready to come back. Probably around Christmas, hopefully. Kaminsky. You think so? What do you think? For Russ and LBJ.
I have no clue.
I know, right? Exactly. When you're asking me to go out on a limb, that's a very shaky limb.
Very small.
And guess what? Frank's not asking me. That's for sure.
Under 30 seconds here.
So they're going to celebrate tonight here. Because what did I just tell you? 0-4 last year. First preseason win in 2 years. Raised the roof. Blocked by Cam Thomas, but that's going to be a goaltend. Oliver, rather. Cam Thomas was the other night, wasn't he? He's a good player.
Yeah.
He's a really good player, isn't he? He's going to get some time with Brooklyn. Tucker. And that'll do it. There will be no more shots in this one. They're going to
hatch it.
They hatch
Maybe.
it. Yeah, they will. They will. Although everybody congratulating each other. Phoenix beats the Lakers this afternoon in the first of the NBA WNBA doubleheader. They're on the Mercury floor. And for the Lakers, stay tuned for the postgame because we'll hear from Frank about what he liked and he.
Well, the postgame continues now on NBA TV. A big run down the final stretch for the Lakers, 27-6 to make it a 12-point difference. But really, if you were watching this one from start to finish, it wasn't even that close. The Suns led by as many as 31 points. They had about 7 guys in double figures. DeAndre Ayton looked good. Chris Paul making his preseason debut, had 11 assists. And for the Lakers, Anthony Davis played about 26 minutes, had 14 points, 8 rebounds. Carmelo Anthony making his purple and gold debut, 8 points on 4 of 10 shooting. The story was Malik Monk. We'll talk much more about Lakers and Suns as we take you up to the tip of the Dallas Mavericks preseason opener. Luka, the Don, is live on NBA TV coming up in about 20 minutes from right now against the Utah Jazz. So you'll see Luka here in a few moments, which should be a lot of fun as the preseason doubleheader continues live on NBA TV. It's a 7-game night around the association. We'll take you around the league, show you what's going on as we are joined here in Studio B by Greg Anthony. I'm Jared Greenberg. Again, we've got you for about the next 20 minutes before the Mavs and Jazz tip off. Excited to see Luka, but let's get into this game we just watched between the Suns and the Lakers. And again, if you're just joining us, an unusual start time, 3 o'clock local midweek, because the Phoenix Mercury, as you saw on the court, will be playing later on tonight with an opportunity to punch their ticket to the WNBA Finals. So the Suns accommodate them by playing earlier in the day. And everybody's body clocks kind of get thrown off by that earlier start. But, you know, this Phoenix Suns team, GA, obviously without Devin Booker tonight, that's a huge difference maker for them. But is this a team that has a chance, that didn't make all that many significant changes in the offseason, that has a chance to get back to where they were last year?
Absolutely. And you know, really there's 3 ways you get better, right? You can get better through the draft, you can get better through player acquisition, and then you can get better